Greetings of the day. My name is Kritika Saran from Grow Junction, and today our mentor is Jaison Thomas. Jason is co-founder at Blusteak Media. He's also LinkedIn Top Voice 2021, and he's from IIM Calcutta, and he's also a digital marketing consultant. So, Jason, we are really delighted to have you here. Can you introduce yourself to the audience better?
Thank you so much, Kritika, for the intro. So, talking about me, I'm a 24-year-old entrepreneur. Uh, I haven't been to any job or anything like that. Right after my college, or while I was in my college, I started my business as an agency. So basically, at a higher level, I run a digital marketing agency called Blusteak Media, which currently employs about 42 people. And I'm one of the co-founders. We are three co-founders, and I overlook the marketing and sales side of things. And I did my BTech and stuff like that. And after that, I did a short course in IIM Calcutta. I'm all into marketing, and we have been at my agency. We've been working with clients like Dunkin' Donuts, Muthoot, Manapuram, Coins Square, Viacom 18. A lot of clients, startups and clients from India, and also across about 11 countries from US, Europe, Middle East, etc. So that's a very brief idea about me. Uh,
Thanks a lot, Jason. So, Jason, I wanted to know what is how do you went for marketing domain, and what is the specific work that you're doing in this domain as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, got it. It's a bit of a long story. Let me try to run it across very quickly. So while I was in my 12th standard at that time period, me and my brother really enjoyed internet memes. That was not a thing in India, but we really enjoyed memes from US, stuff like that. So then we thought, hey, why can't we start our own meme page in India? And we started a meme page. Its name was Dude, and it went on to become one of the biggest meme pages in India at that time, like 2014-13 time. And we also launched an app as an extension of that community, which also got 50,000 downloads, etc. That's how we started. We got our hands into digital marketing. We did a lot of stuff: YouTube, app marketing, social media growth, etc. But unfortunately, due to some policy violations that Facebook found out, we had to quit the app and the page. We were getting, like, when I was in my first year of engineering, we were actually earning about 2 lakh rupees from the Facebook page itself. So we were having that much income while I was in college, and I also started hiring people to make content, etc. That is my colleagues. I started hiring them as part time, etc. So that's how we started hiring people. We started getting revenue, etc. But unfortunately, due to some things, we had to shut down the page and the app, which kind of destroyed all of our incomes that we had, right? And then we thought that, hey, we have hands-on experience in digital marketing in about 3 to 4 years of experience, which at that time it was the time when Geo wasn't there, right? 1 GB of internet cost about 350 rupees, and
Yeah,
people used to just recharge it once per month. As a
I,
student, I
I
just did that.
yeah.
Like, so it wasn't that popular. So at that time, we had that much experience, and businesses in India didn't actually know how to leverage that. So we thought that, okay, let's train businesses and students using a workshop called Swipe Up. Let's talk about our experience and how they can take advantage of social media, right? We started that, but again we pivoted, like, from one of the sponsors that sponsored us for that event. That was a big brand from Kerala, and they wanted us to take their social media management, stuff like that, right? So then we thought, hey, that is also a good business model in which we can use our expertise and help other businesses grow their social media presence, get sales
Yeah,
online, etc. So
yeah.
that's how we started an agency called Blusteak Media. We started with just me and my brother and one more guy, and now we are, after about 3.5 years, we are 40-member team, right? So that's a very short journey, my journey, how I started, things like that.
It's actually very inspiring. Starting from a meme page and then going into this world of marketing. It's quite inspiring. Well, kudos to you. You like worked really hard for that, and I think it's paying off well in every aspect.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, not in monetary aspect, but however in every aspect. Now that you're an entrepreneur and you have quite hands-on experience. So, can you tell me, Jason, like how would you advise someone who's into who wants to be an entrepreneur, and how could they go about it? What is the path? What is the route that they can take, and what is the things that they have to be cautious of? So, how would you
Mm.
advise them?
Number one thing is that don't try to start a big business because you think entrepreneurship is cool, right? Don't read Instagram posts and watch YouTube videos and then say that, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur because it's cool, right? You should have an for me it was just like even before joining my college time, I started exploring internet and I started earning from internet. So I thought that, okay, that give me the boost, right? I can sit in my home and make money out of internet is so damn cool. And I also liked storytelling, things like that. So I became and when my fourth year came, I decided not to sit in placements because I already had a revenue, and I really loved, and I really loved the freedom that I had, right? Because I don't want to be controlled by someone. I can get up every morning and say that, okay, I want to do something super cool today. I'm going to do that today. Next, and every stuff that I'm doing is going to add value to me and my company itself, right? So that really motivated me. So that was my motivation factor, and I kept on going. So for you guys who want to be entrepreneur, find a problem, find an area that you're passionate in, make sure that it is monetizable, and you need to make money out of it. It's not about the glamour. Everyone, if you go on LinkedIn, everyone is kind of a co-founder at something, right? But if you look at like actual revenue that they are generating, right? How many people are they employing? It might be just that guy, and that guy just gave a name and a logo to that company, and they're doing that for the sake of doing it. It's not that you need to
Yeah,
find that problem that you're seeing in your family or friends or anyone is facing. Maybe it could be like your mom is finding it difficult to find a local electrician, right? And there is no app for it. So you start thinking about whether you are interested in solving that problem, whether there are enough competitors. Do you have any technical co-founder who can actually make an app for that? So start with the problem and the passion.
yeah, yeah. That's so two P's that we have over here is passion and problem. So if you have a problem and if you have passion to work upon that problem, I think you'll definitely land up with a solution, and maybe also it'll be helpful for you to generate revenue and exposure in future. So two P's, I think we'll go with that, right? So, Jason, like talking about now that you've told us that what is essential in entrepreneurship, I want to know what is the things that you have to be cautious of. What are the things that you have to keep in mind while maybe looking for that problem and solving that problem?
First one is that you have to validate your idea, right? Instead of trying to perfect it, for example, if you're trying to build an app, which actually helps you find out local electricians, right? Taking my previous example, don't try to make the app so perfect. Don't try to modify it so much and keep on waiting till it becomes that perfect product to launch it with minimal just basic functions, like anyone can list themselves, anyone can find their electricians with even with those two functions, so that you launch it to the market. Then the market will punch you in the face, or give you feedback or things like that, right? Then you develop. So it's all about the process and not about the result. For me, I really love the process. So if you ask me, I really love the process of like making one small changes and putting it out there, taking feedback, changing developers, changing UI, small changes, like small steps will give you a better. All the aim is to make a better product, not the perfect product. Right? Always it's better. It's better than my previous version. It's better than my yesterday's version, right? So
Yeah.
have an idea, validate it, and then scale it up. Find really good co-founders. So don't go with co-founders that you met yesterday or last week. You don't know them really well. It's almost like marrying someone, right? You won't be able to run a business without having co-founders that have totally different worldview.
Yeah. Yeah. So now that we've got one more P, I think it's process. How would you say that is it good that we are summarizing into 3 Ps? So first is problem, passion, and process. So
absolutely.
I think that could be your mantra at some time. You know, these 3 Ps that I follow.
That's great, Kritika. So I didn't actually think of it. Yeah.
So Jaison, can you like tell me like how did you get featured in LinkedIn Top Voice and the next gen list? So can you tell me about that? How did it happen?
Actually, I didn't know that there was a thing called LinkedIn Top Voices before. They actually contacted me saying that they want to select me as one among those. It's simple. Like I think about 3 to 4 years ago, I started writing on LinkedIn just because. Even before that, I wanted to write. I had blogs in Blogger, things like that. Before my college days, I used to write a lot of stuff, but nobody used to read it because in Blogger, everyone writes on WordPress, Blogger, things like that, but no one ends up reading it, right? And I also didn't want to write on my Facebook or Instagram because that's my friends and family. No one wants, like, it would be like everyone will come up and troll me, right? Or make fun of me if all of a sudden I start writing things there. So I thought that, okay, I found out LinkedIn and I thought that, okay, this is a good network. People with similar interest, I can find people with similar interest and I can maybe document my journey there. Then I started writing on a weekly basis. Then after 6 months time, I started committing daily. Every day I used to document something that I learned. And eventually a lot of people started following me and I got featured in the top voice list. So it happened. It's also a process.
Yeah. So Jaison, how like coming towards your educational background right now? So you went to IIM Calcutta for AI to learn AI powered marketing, right? Can you tell something about that?
So it was a very interesting course for me, particularly because I was into marketing, but my bachelor's degree was in computer science, right? So I wanted to explore intersections of marketing and technology more, and also my professional side was about digital marketing, which is also something that has that intersection, right? Computers and marketing. So right now, digital marketing is the trend, but after digital marketing, AI powered marketing is the next step. I think it already has started to happen. So I thought that, okay, as an entrepreneur in this field, I shouldn't miss out that field of what is coming next after digital marketing.
Yeah.
Right? It's AI powered marketing. So that's why I applied for that and I did that course. It was really wonderful and I learned a lot, but I haven't been able to apply any of it because I'm not in that position of executing this kind of stuff. But I have that thing in my mind. I'm trying to implement AI powered marketing into my agency, but it will take time.
So you had a vision of you had a vision and I think you're following it. So that's a you are following your process. It's a process. So you are into that process, right? So Jaison, like talking about your marketing, right? So how person can excel in this marketing domain, and how can they what are the courses that are required, and what do you as an entrepreneur specifically look for for a marketer or maybe for a person who possess marketing skills? So, the key skills that a marketer should have.
The two key skills that I believe a marketer should have is the ability to story tell, right? It's about the branding side of things. That is to understand what is a good copy, understand how to communicate your brand's message, how to
Yeah.
tone it up better. It's about the emotional side of things. That is storytelling, making sure your brand story is being heard out there, right? Whether people are actually following your brand, whether people are engaging with your brand, things like that. That's one thing. Second thing is purely analytics, what you say, quantitative stuff, like really understanding how to read numbers, uh, all the technical stuff that is out there, how to run Facebook ads, how to analyze Google Analytics, what do you mean by Google Ads, uh, what do you mean by heat maps, what do you mean by funneling, these kind of quantitative stuff, right? So that you'll get sales. You definitely get sales and leads in your pipeline. So these two things, storytelling, whether are people resonating with your brand, that's one thing. Second thing is numbers. These two things are the most important thing. And if somebody wants to get into marketing, it's simple. It's one of the easiest things to do, right? Nobody is going to, for example, if you want to become uh, a game developer, it's really hard, right? You cannot create a game right away and do stuff. But if you are aspiring to become an online marketer, it's easy. You can buy a domain for yourself for about 100 rupees or 200 rupees, something like that. You can go live with your website in if you want to do it today itself, you can do it today. You can then create a landing page there. You can run Facebook ads for as low as 80 rupees. You can target people, and maybe you can have a if you are a good what you say, if you are a good drawing guy, or if you are good at photography, you can showcase your pictures in your landing page and say that I can do a photo shoot for 1,000 rupees and contact me here. You can run that ad on Facebook, and then you will automatically understand like who is the target audience, how many people entered your website, how many people filled up the lead sheet, and how many people converted, and what are the new things that you can try out to get more people, right? So it's about just doing it, whatever that you're good at. Make a website, start using Facebook ads, Google ads, things like that. Then you'll automatically figure out, right?
Jason, can you tell me what, as an entrepreneur, what do you look in? So, if you interview someone and someone for marketing position, what? So, apart from those two quantifiable and the other qualitative aspect, what is the thing that you look for a person in who wants to join your company and who wants to be a part of the marketing, maybe the marketing domain or any other domain as a whole?
Yeah, absolutely. So the number one thing I look is their CV. So because we last month or December we got about 800 CVs, right? So how relevant, like whether they are actually reading the job description is, or that's the question, right? When we see the CV, we'll understand that they're just simply putting it, right? So you need to what you say, optimize your CV according to the job description that the company has put out. Make it relevant, make it super relevant, so that you'll get picked out of the 800 resumes that we are getting. We pick it up, and then what happens is that maybe in the first call itself, you need to prove to the people who are calling that you have done something yourself, you have done something proactively, some kind of, like, even it's just one or two results, right? If you have documented some kind of results, you might have done a lot of stuff, but if you had just kind of one kind of Google Drive or PDF in which you have mentioned the results that you have uh, been able to achieve, you'll be able to send it across right away, right? That makes the process easier. Then the third level is interview, right? Interviews is mostly about soft skills, how you reply to the questions. If you don't know something, make sure that you don't bluff about it, right? You accept that I don't know, but I am a learner, I can study it. It's just one Google away, things like that, right? You can admit, no problem. And make sure that you showcase that you're hungry enough to join it, and you learn about the company. You ask questions to us instead of we just asking you questions. And the most important thing is that whether you have done something for yourself without anyone else requesting you to do it, right?
Yeah.
You have personal projects. That's my favorite. You had, for example, you can say that I had this personal project of developing this Chrome app, and it got 2,000 downloads. That's it. I'll be
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah. All right. So that's something great to do something of your own. As you also had your own meme page. I think that's what you would look into a person, that if they are into taking an initiative and maybe breaking that stereotype and breaking that the thing that that you'll get judgments and everything. Obviously, you also broke that stereotype, right? For yourself and for your family, that okay, I can move forward, and I don't care about the judgments. I want to maybe put out content that is relatable, that is funny, and maybe people would enjoy it. However, there might be few chances that you would have faced challenges, right? So, did you face any challenge while maybe putting out a meme page, or maybe when you put out an application, or maybe in your entrepreneurial journey in total?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So the first major challenge was that our meme page and stuff got brought down by Facebook, right? Till
Yeah,
then, that was our just one revenue source, right? And then we invested everything that we got from that revenue source into making an app also, right? We actually spent about 10 lakh rupees making that app while I was in college. So we actually literally took all the money and spent it there, and then the revenue source got blocked. Right. So that was a huge blow for us, because that was our hard work for the last 4 to 5 years, making that meme page about getting that to about 4 million followers, right? And it one day got banned. So that was one challenge. But then we said that, okay, that could be a lesson, right? It could be an expensive lesson. That's it. Right. Then we immediately pivoted. So I'm proud about that, saying that, okay, we didn't say that that's the end of everything. That was just the start of our, or that was actually needed. If you look back at things, right? That gave us the opportunity to shift into a very stable business. So these challenges made us better. And also the app wise also, we hired our developer initially, but um, after launching the app started crashing, stuff like that. So we didn't actually dig deeper into who we were working with. So that was another problem that we faced. And even after starting the agency itself, we hired about first or second or third hires who were very poor, because we also didn't spend energy to actually filter out the better candidates. We actually just hired whoever appeared for the interview first. So that also was a challenge. And then fourth one was delegating, right? In which as the organization grew to like 10, 20, 30, 40 members, I had to stop doing what I used to do when I started the agency, right? When I started the agency, I used to connect with the client, I used to sell, I used to do the content, I used to upload it to Facebook, I used to promote it myself.
yeah,
I used to take care of everything, right? So as the company grew, I had to give it up to someone, right? I had to hire someone and give it up. So that's really hard, especially for those people who are trying to be entrepreneurs. That's the worst thing that you can do if you're not delegating, right? You have to stop doing what you're good at and find some people and make them do it. That's it.
so what about building trust, right? It is a matter of trust that you put it into somebody else's hand. So how do you build that trust, and how do you convince yourself?
Don't micromanage. If you're hiring to micromanage, then no point of hiring, right? You give them directions and you give them reasoning, right? Give constructive feedback to people who are hiring, and then let them take it away, right? Give them the freedom. So the thing is that my mantra is that if I'm working with someone, if I am giving the ideas, etc., they won't be motivated to make that idea better or get to that goal.
Yeah,
If they are coming up with the goal, of if they are owning the idea, so they have something in the game, right? They have a feeling that, okay, my idea is being appreciated, I came up with the idea, so I have to prove that, right? So that's
yeah,
the mantra. So when you're hiring or when you're team building, make them bring up the idea. You just give them the directions, the why or the directions or a higher level picture. Let them make the idea, make the goals, things like that, so that they'll have that responsibility or accountability
Yeah,
and trust. It's a
that's
signal that you trust them with
yeah,
a lot of stuff.
exactly. It's important to delegate tasks, otherwise you'll be stuck micromanaging everything, as you mentioned, and you won't be able to focus on other aspects that needs your attention more, and they require more care and more time. So that's obviously one great point that you mentioned over here. Jason, one last question from my end would be few tips or tricks or some takeaways for the people who are watching you today.
uh, I'd say slow growth. That's it. Document yourself weekly. Like weekly, you can have a Notion doc or a Google doc or anything like that, and put out like 4 to 5 or 6 goals for this year, and document your progress on all these 4 goals. So it could be like even if you are overweight, you can say that okay, I need to cut off 10 kilos, right? So that will be one of my goal, and I every Saturday I'll feel that okay, I went to the gym 3 times this week, and I'm happy about that. I ate junk food only once this week, right? And that could apply same for the business part also. I reached out to 30 prospective clients, one of them replied, I'm happy, right? So these kind of small goal has achievable goals, and you should have a monthly goal and also a yearly goal. Monthly goal could be like I should on LinkedIn I should get 1,000 followers this month, 1,500 followers. So, and at the end of the month, when you achieve that, it should be very achievable, small goals, right? So when you achieve it, you will get a lot of motivation, right? When you achieve, so make achievable small goals and take weekly steps, progressions to that. So anyways, you will grow.
That's a great tip. I think I'll also follow that for since I'm a little bit overweight. I think I'll also follow that. However, I do try to, and this is actually very effective when you take small steps at certain time. It helps you reach that larger goal, right? And it makes you less overwhelmed at the same time, and you're not deviated from that path. If you get overwhelmed once, you'll deviate from that path. And
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, because that's absolutely on point, because it's about intensity versus consistency. So if you want to have a good teeth, you cannot decide that hey, today I'm going to brush for 8 hours, and
yeah,
I'll for the rest of the month I'll just stop it. That doesn't work. You have to put in 2 minutes every day.
yes,
That's the only. So it's about like having consistency is more important than intensity, in my opinion.
yes, yes. So showing up every day and doing that small taking that small step, that consistency, I think that is in itself is a very difficult and difficult task. But I think it's at the end of the day, when you see the results, as you mentioned, it is motivating. So a great advice from your end, and I really appreciate that advice.
Don't
And
consider that as advice, because I'm just 24 years old. I could be wrong. It's not advice, it's just my personal opinion. So
absolutely, see, people would benefit from I have this thing that I've heard somewhere, I don't know where. So people who learn from their own mistakes are smart, but people who learn from others' mistakes are smarter.
yeah.
So learning from others' experiences and others' mistakes make you more smarter, and also you don't make that mistake, or you don't experience those things to reach to that conclusion. That's a bonus point. So right, I completely agree with you with that. So I would definitely follow that, and I hope our viewers would actually take away this thing and they would actually implement it. It's a great advice. So thanks a lot, Jason, for joining us today. And it was really nice talking to you. I hope it was same for you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely, Kriti. It felt like just a face-to-face conversation, light, and I think viewers also got a lot of pointers that if they want, they can implement things like that. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for your inputs, and we wish you all the best. We wish all the best to Bluesteak as well, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you, Kritika.